at 8
o'clock?
8 o'clock. Thank you. If everybody can stand up, we're going to do a flag salute and then a moment of silence. So please remain standing, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
All attendees and participants agree to conduct themselves in a manner appropriate for public gathering. Individual speakers should be advised that no right of privacy protects a person's public comments made in a public forum. Accordingly, all participants bear responsibility for their own statements and commentary. Correspondence. Resignation received from Kathy McGee, Recreation Clerk, effective November 14, 2024. Ordinances. Second reading, ordinance 24-18, ordinance accepting conservation easements in a right-of-way dedication for block 28, lot 16, located at 3 Stillhouse Road.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance accepts conservation easements and the right-of-way dedication conveyed by Vincent and Deborah Cordella to the Township of Millstone for block 28, lot 16. Affidavit of publication presented. I'd like to open it up to the public at
8:02.
Thank you. Would anybody like to comment on this application? No? Okay, being that there's nobody here to comment, I'd like to close it out at
8:02.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the table, please.
I move to adopt.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Committee Person Davis?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committee Person Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farrow.
Yes.
Second reading, ordinance 24-19, ordinance accepting right-of-way dedication for a portion of block 31, lot 28, located at 106-108 Agris Road.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance accepts the right-of-way dedication for a portion of block 31, lot 28. Affidavit of publication presented. I'd like to open it up at
8:03.
Thank you. Would anybody like to speak on this? No? Okay. Being that there's nobody here, I'd like to close it out to the public at
8:03.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the table.
I'll move it, Mayor.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committee Person Ziner?
Yes.
Committee Person Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Farrow.
Yes.
First reading, ordinance 24-20, an ordinance amending Chapter 13 Fire District, Section 3-3.7, non-life hazard uses of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Millstone, County of Monmouth, and State of New Jersey.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance amends the New Jersey Uniform Fire Code enforcement in Chapter 8, Section 3.7, non-life hazard uses of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Millstone. Motion to adopt the table, please.
One small correction, Mayor, that's 13, not 8.
I'm sorry, thank you.
Right.
Chapter 13. Motion to adopt the table, please.
I'll move to adopt.
Thank you. Second, please.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call.
Committee Person Ziner?
Yes.
Committee Person Davis?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Farrow.
Yes.
Second reading and public hearing to be held on December 4, 2024, at 8 p.m. at the Millstone Township Meeting Room, 215 Millstone Road, Prineville, New Jersey. First reading, ordinance 24-21, ordinance authorizing the purchase of a development easement in block 31.05, lot 18, located at 50 Agris Road.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance provides for the purchase by the Township of Millstone of a development easement in the property known as Block 31.05, Lot 18, located at 50 Agris Road, for the purposes of farmland preservation, wherein the State Agricultural Development Committee and the Monmouth County Agricultural Development Board are contributing towards, is it cut off after that?
The purchase.
Towards the
the
purchase
purchase
price?
price.
Yeah, it's cut off on mine.
What's the purchase price?
Okay, thank you. Motion to adopt the table, please.
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Committeeperson Davis?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Farrow.
Yes. It's weekend out.
Second reading and public hearing to be held on December 4th, 2024 at 8 p.m. at the Millstone Township Meeting Room, 215 Millstone Road, Prineville, New Jersey. Are you good?
No, it's the computers. Yeah.
Yeah, I have an extra
Okay.
copy if you need.
Yeah, now it came back.
Are you good? Okay. Resolution, consent resolutions. All matter listed under item consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Committee and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion on these items. If discussion is desired of any item, that item will be considered separately. 24-217, payment of vouchers, November 6, 2024. 24-218, resolution authorizing the purchase of a John Deere Z994R diesel commercial Z-Track. 24-219, resolution awarding contract for sodium chloride rock salt as per Monmouth County Contract F85 2024. Okay, I'm a little confused. I see what happened. Okay, I moved it. 24-220, resolution of the Township of Millstone to approve and endorse the acquisition of a development easement by the Monmouth County Agricultural Development Board, Block 31.05, Lot 18. 24-221, resolution authorizing electronic tax sale in lieu of cost. 24-222, resolution authorizing electronic tax sale.
Okay, thank you for that. Motion to adopt the table, please.
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeperson Davis?
Yeah. Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farrow.
Yes.
First and second was Davis and Ziner, right? It was Davis and Ziner.
Who first
No,
and
it's
second?
Morris and Ziner. Second.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Resolution 24-223, resolution to transfer funds on current year appropriations number 1.
Motion to adopt the table, please.
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Committeeperson Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Farrow.
Yes.
Okay, we have an appointment to be made by the mayor.
Yes. Mayor's appointment to the Millstone Township Environmental Commission. Be it resolved that Lisa Arpaia is hereby appointed as a member to the Millstone Township Environmental Commission to fulfill the unexpired term of Mary Beckish, term expiring December 31st, 2025. Be it further resolved that a copy of this appointment be forwarded to the Millstone Township Environmental Commission and to the appointee. I hereby certify the foregoing to be a true copy of the appointments made by the mayor of the Township of Millstone at its meeting of November 6, 2024.
Okay. Township Committee minutes. Regular meeting minutes, October 16, 2024. Absent was Committeeperson Davis and Mayor Farrow.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to adopt the table?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you. Mr. Ziner?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Committeeperson Davis?
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
And Mayor Farrow.
Abstain.
Okay. Executive meeting minutes, October 16, 2024. Again, absent Committeeperson Davis and Mayor Farrow.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the table?
I'll move to adopt.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Committeeperson Davis?
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
And Mayor Farrow.
Abstain.
Okay.
Okay, liaison reports.
I just want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for appointing Lisa Arpaia to the Environmental Commission, and I welcome Lisa to her joining our Environmental Commission and look forward to working with her. So thank you very much.
Very welcome.
That's it.
Okay, Jeff, do you have anything?
The only thing of interest is we had our second meeting regarding the planning of the new pavilion proposal for the Millstone Park. And we have our next meeting within another week or so.
Awesome. Have you gotten to any stages where we could inform the public where it's at?
Not
That's
yet.
all preliminary.
We're still doing some information gathering on what it needs to be, from size, dimension, what we want in it, et cetera, et cetera.
Awesome. Thank you. Chris?
The rec meeting was postponed till next week, so nothing new on that. I can share in the prior township committee meeting in a few weeks. We did have and started an ad hoc team to look at benching and trees for Millstone Park, which is going to be developed as a program. It could include some customized naming conventions and donations and a whole bunch of other things that are being kicked around. That team comprises of township committee, recreation, volunteers, the administration, Kevin and his team. So there'll be more to share on that. I would think in the next 30 to 60 days we'll have something that would be out to the public and published on our website, recreation's website. So that is coming.
Awesome, thank you. I have the October 2024 numbers for EMS and fire. It was a total of 115 total responses, 81 were medical, 17 were motor vehicle, 15 were fire calls. Of the 115, there were 59 transports to Center State Hospital, 6 to Jersey Shore, Princeton 4, Robertwood, New Brunswick 2, Capitol Health, Hopewell 2, Capitol Health 1, and Robertwood Hamilton 1. Of the day shift, from 0600 to 6 p.m., there were 70 calls. On the night shift, from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., there were 45. Mutual aid responses, which means our fire department and EMS go to other municipalities to help out, with a total of 14 mutual aid responses. So kudos to the fire department and to EMS. I commend them for all their work and their quick response. And all I get is nothing but good feedback from them. So keep up the good work, gentlemen and women. Thank you very much. Let's see. That's all I have. Any new business?
Yes, the 2024 practice inventory report.
Yeah, so every year we go with fill out the questionnaire that the state provides for best practices. If you have like a 0 to 26, they withhold 100% of your funding. 27 to 30, they withhold 50%. 31 to 34, they withhold 25%. And if you have a score of 35 or higher, you get 100% of the state funding. Once again, we're going to get 100%. We have a 39.5. So we have a couple of things on with the lack of an EV type of chargers and stuff like that. We may have to, we'll look into it to see if they're trying to even get a better score, not that we're even close. The state also added this year 16 questions on affordable housing, which they are not scored at this point, but usually they'll start moving towards that, over the next year or so. But so they're putting another big press on that kind of thing. Everybody has a chance to, has a copy of it. If there's any particular questions, please let me know, and I'm available anytime to discuss it. But once again, it's real strong, best practices that we have.
We scored high?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great result. What is the dollar value of the state funding?
It's just whatever your age is, whatever age you get during the year that they could cut it and stuff, so.
Okay, thank you. So maybe we could check some more boxes for next year.
Yeah, so the EV I've been looking at, it's still expensive. There are some kind of programs and grants that subsidize some of it. We don't have EV charging, so we don't have EV vehicles, so it becomes a slippery of what do we want to spend, what do we want to do. So, but it is time to look at it, and so some of the technology's gotten better and the pricing has gone down.
Thank you. Okay, any old business you have, other than what's on the agenda? No? Okay. All right, Buck Mine, could you give us a status update, please?
Let me just turn on the microphone, please. They're both, just in case audience speaks.
Okay, can you hear me all right? Okay. Good evening, and then we're here to give you an update. We've got
Just please
some-
state your name.
My name is Maureen Leslie Buck Stone, okay, they call me Leslie Stone. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to ask for an extension for the road, because a few things have happened. Number one, the schedules now are really jammed. I don't know if everybody waited for the election and then they decided they were gonna do the work, but that is what's happening with the orders coming into the pit. Everything was quiet since we left here in the I guess it was July. And like October, we sold one load. November, we just got some loads today to sell. So it's not, the funds are not there in order to do a road right now, unless we release some of the bond money from one of the banks that we have the cash bond up in. That would put at least a down payment on some of it, but still, it's the contract of the companies that do the paving, we can't get on their schedule. So we're between a rock and a hard place.
So
And every one of them that I've talked to do not advise doing the paving now, especially if we're going to continue to run. Because you want to have a new road, you want us to overlay it. Wouldn't that make more sense when we're selling the last few loads of dirt out of the pit versus now, and then we have all the trucks that are now making the orders run over it? I mean, we did this road 2 years ago, we overlaid it, and then we patched it in June. The patch still looks good. Mika went out there and took a look at it. Patch is still holding up really well. It's not the best, but it is a patch. But we did spend $14,000 2 years ago and overlaid the whole thing.
It was not the whole thing, you just,
Up to
couple
where
of spots patch, bigger patches, please.
we
All right,
did
go
up
ahead.
to where, when Buck Brothers was together, we paved Pine Hill Road. And that paving is still, holding tight. It's, right, and I don't know how many years old that is. It's when Vitabelli had the pit across the street before those houses were even there. We paved that, we lowered that road and we paved it, and it's holding up. Whatever happened between where we ended and up Pine Hill Road to Millstone has done something to underneath of that road. It's that for an overlay and for the patchwork, numerous times the patchwork, it's not holding up. So there's something wrong with that road.
So I have several questions.
Okay.
You were here back in
Can you talk a
July.
little, I'm really hard of hearing this
You were
stuff.
here back in July, like you said.
Yes,
And we gave you several conditions. One of the conditions was that the road needed to be paved by or before November 15th.
correct.
So the general consensus of this administration was to obligate you to do that. And we sat here, we spoke to you, and you guys said, yes, you'll get it taken care of. And that's why we asked you to come back today to give us an update. And we were
agree.
looking for an answer that the road was paved, it was taken care of, and we fulfilled our obligation based on, the requirements that we had put forth back in July. What happened between July and now, that you're coming to us a week before the road's supposed to be paved, and you're asking us to give you an extension? That extension now is gonna lead till next April, next spring, because they're not gonna do it in the winter. It's not feasible. So you're not asking for a 2-3 week or a month extension, you're asking for another 6-7 months.
I'm asking for, excuse me, sir, I'm asking for to win this, we have one more year on this permit that you've given us so far. It doesn't make sense to put this money out again on this road and have trucks run over it.
Okay. So
Wouldn't it be better to do it in June?
I don't know the answer to that, I'm not an engineer, I would defer it to our engineer.
We're not even sure how many trucks gonna go through, that's the first question. If you haven't started anything, let's say they don't sign the contract till May, does that
No,
mean
no,
you're
no,
gonna
no.
come back for another extension? Because nothing's happening, it's been almost 2 years now.
This has been going on a lot longer than that, because
I know, but
we
that's
were
what I'm
held up.
saying, so we're supposed to be done by June on this mine. At the rate we're going, we're not gonna be done in June.
And they're gonna ask us for another,
They're gonna come back again. So if we're gonna be hauling more dirt out for another year and a half, yes, I would say don't pave it yet.
Just for clarification, the condition said responsible for resurfacing and milling. So is that still
Partial
appropriate?
milling,
Okay.
very little milling.
Okay. And that's the haul route on Pine Hill Road?
But
That's-
again,
No, not
I
really.
just don't know.
It's from their entrance to Millstone Road.
Yeah,
To
west.
where the buck paving stopped, which is, maybe in front of, what's it called, Lang's property?
And so,
The whole route, yeah. Yeah, it's from their entrance
What
to
is-
Millstone Road.
what's your contract with this, you have 2 contracts,
We have 3, actually.
3, and none of them have started yet.
Well, no, well, okay, you're right, in a way. Patillo has been ongoing, they're on hold because they had to put in some more, a basin or something like that, so for the past 3 months, we've been on hold. We just got the call yesterday to say that they're gonna run, you know, it was supposed to be Thursday, where are we, Wednesday, right? Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And that would catch them up on this next section, and that's Patillo, but they still have,
That's only 1 week,
The-
1
Yeah.
week worth of taking dirt
exactly
out.
right, but we switched materials from where we were digging, and they wanted to test it. So they're not coming in tomorrow, only with 1 truck to take 5 loads out to make sure it holds up. And then hopefully Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then maybe next Monday after that. But that's their 340, 400 loads or whatever that they need for this particular thing. But we still are under contract with them.
But it's been almost 2 years now.
No, not with, Patillo's been taking material
There
out
have
all along.
been
It's
2,
Bob
3
they told us.
contracts, none of them are really seriously buying any material. And this could go on for another 2 years, I don't know, it keeps coming back that something wrong with the contract, so I don't know where we're going here.
Let me ask you a question. When we're finished with this, I mean, are we not supposed to be trying to join Campo and do something with Monmouth County and Rutgers to make some kind of park or geopark?
That is the plan.
Okay, so how do I do that if I have dirt in the way? Campo's already tapped out except for the big walls that they have. But we still have dirt that we have to try to get down to their grade if you want us to make a decent looking park. If we just doze it over and flatten it, you're not gonna see a geo wall. You're not gonna see any of the stuff that Dr. Miller wanted you to see. You're not gonna see it, because we gotta move the material first. So these jobs that we've been taking, and I've only been taking a few jobs because I want to stop in June or July this coming. I really, really wanna retire. I'm in my 70s now, and I came up out of Florida 20 years ago to help, and I've been stuck here, trying to, you know, dealing with the family and everything else. But the thing is, I want to finish this, and I want to make a park, and that's my desire. But I can't. But even Monmouth County said they don't want the dirt. They want it at certain elevations. They gave us a plan back in 2007 and 2011, showing us what this plan looked like. Now they have a new plan because I just saw that from what was submitted to Freehold Soil that Dr. Miller had up. Were you there? So you must have seen what he was saying and what Campos, that's a 2012 topo that they have. That doesn't even tie into what's there. But I mean, I really would like to work with the Campos and do this. I don't know.
Okay, but.
Do I say, forget it, doze it over,
What?
plant a couple trees, put up a house and go? And then you can't build a
What?
park.
No.
Because if
What?
my property doesn't go, Campos doesn't go. And that's been made clear. If you can't buy Buck, we're not buying Campos. Is that not what was said, Matt? Isn't that what was said?
That was this story 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
They
just
wanted both of them.
We had a
They wanted
contract.
to purchase both of them. But that
Exactly,
contract,
right.
but that contract is voided, gone, so.
We were supposed to close in
But there is no
2020.
contract right now.
Okay,
We were
so,
supposed to close in 2020 with them, and they backed out 6 weeks before the closing because they couldn't close at Campo. So I thought I was done in 2020.
so here's a question that I have for you. Everything I've heard is about us, meaning Campo Mine. We need this, we need that. We need, an extension to pave the roads. We need to wait for the contractors to come and take the road. We need to do this. What about the residents that have to transverse that every day and, they have to deal with that road on a daily basis or go the opposite direction and add several miles out of their trip back and forth because they want to avoid that section of road? So I haven't heard anything, any empathy towards that. So could you just give me a little insight as to how you feel they feel, or, what your position is, that you're affecting them every day, and now you're asking us to now delay that until April of next year, you know, if everything aligns perfectly and your contractors or your customers come and pick up, you know, their loads the way they're, you know, asking you to do it, and everything works out perfect, then you will get the money, you'll be able to now pave the road, and everybody's happy. That's in a perfect scenario.
Right.
I've been around now 7 years, I guess, 6 years, 7 years. You guys have been coming before this body, asking for extensions, asking for this, asking for that, and, you know, when does it come to the point where you guys do what you say you're going to do when we're asking you to do it? That's my question.
We
And-
have done everything you have asked us to do. You had us put a basin in the back of our pit, it's supposed to tie into Campo. It cost us $50,000 and it goes nowhere, does nothing. Right? Right, Matt?
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I just did that in 2015
You were
and
supposed to do that before
2017.
that.
What?
Anyway,
But the thing is,
that has
it's so close
nothing
to-
to do where we're going here.
All I'm saying is that I did what was asked. You closed us down several times till the basin was built. And we've had exorbitant, what are those costs?
But, okay, but,
Punch list items. So what
I
do you-
understand everything that you're
But
saying.
we did pave that road 2 years ago. We overlaid that whole road.
Right, but I understand
And we
that.
did it again in
But you
June.
have 80,000-pound trucks when they're fully loaded, you know, at 340 loads over a certain period of time for one, you know, contractor. Now multiply that by your second and third, that's a lot of usage on a road. I get that, and I can't answer to how long it's gonna, you know, last, or how long, you know, it's gonna hold up and deteriorate or whatever. That's, you know, his job as an engineer. But we have to take them into consideration. Now, if you live there and you were on the other side of the fence, how would you feel? That's what I'm saying, you know.
Okay, then,
You know, we're gonna open it up to the public and, you know, after you sit down, and we're gonna hear what they have to say. You know, so we have to consider everybody in this, and we do give you what you want, and we expect that you would do what you say you're gonna do when you promised, you know, back in July that you were gonna do it. Now, and I'm being very transparent with you, I don't think these residents care what your problems are, they care what your promises are.
I understand
Okay?
that.
So
100%.
we have to be very diplomatic here, you know, again, we sympathize with you, but we empathize with them. So how do we come up with a mutually beneficial resolution to this, where they're gonna be happy, you're gonna be happy, and let's put this behind us. So if you have nothing else to say, I'd like to close your portion out, open it up to the public, hear what they have to say, and then we could bring you back up, unless there's somebody else.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, you seem to be relying on 3 contracts over this time. Why not sell to somebody else? I mean, there's plenty of people that need fill material.
Because the thing is, I already have the word out that we're supposed to be closing in June or July. So who wants to take on a contract and say they're gonna buy the materials, and there could be a delay in it, and all of a sudden, I say, hey, look, I'm out of business, you know, get your dirt somewhere else. And they've already put that in as a bid. So that's why, do I sell to other people? Occasionally, a couple loads here, a couple loads there, yeah. But any big jobs, how do I do that to somebody? How do I commit? And then, okay, if I commit to somebody, will you give me the extension to finish this contract? In all fairness?
When you say commit, you can't, as a business person, if I'm in your business, I can't commit to somebody who's gonna keep delaying. I say, I'm sorry, I gotta sell to somebody else.
Well, I have his
I mean-
deposit, so he has to come in and get the dirt.
Yeah, but this is going on for how many years now? I
2
mean,
years, 2
so
years.
That's a long time.
I understand that, but I've explained that job to you. You know that is in West Windsor, they picketed over there, the neighbors are out picketing again, and they got their own headaches. We started the job, 123 loads went out, shut the job down. Then 3 weeks later, we got a half a day in. And then the consultants or the soils people, they wanted a different material. So we had to go in and we stripped more material back to get at what they want, so it meets a certain classification. And so now he's gonna take it tomorrow. I mean, he's fine, he showed up at the pit today, he said, we are coming tomorrow with 14 trucks. Okay, fine, 100 loads. Will you be here Friday? Yes, I want another 100 loads on Friday. To me, I think he's working off his deposit because he has, I think the job is really calling for stone and not sand. But at least, you know, that's gotta come to an end within a week or two, as far as this guy's either gonna cut bait, you know what I mean? And as far as Patillo's been going on for 2 years. That has been a constant contract. And Reagan, we just picked him up, you know, because he's gotta get the filtered off the top in order for us to get that new sand that the guy wants. And Reagan's somebody that we started out in business a long time ago, you know, helping him with his trucks and stuff. So I could call him and say, hey, look, Tommy, you got a job that this fill can go to. I need to move it off so I can get at the septic sand.
But why was it, you know your world, you know your business, you know your contractors, you know your customers. When you left here in July, why didn't you put all those wheels in motion to satisfy the conditions?
But they were in motion. I can't, Patillo had been buying for us for 2 years. They had a section that they had to stop, and they stopped almost right after we had this meeting. They said, okay, we won't be in for a few weeks. And then, so now they're supposed to come in tomorrow, and I said, test the material first. I don't want anything coming back. So they're putting one truck on tomorrow to take 5 loads out, to test it and roll it, and then it should go from there. And like I said, he's for the next 7 days.
All right,
But-
so that project is gonna be completed within a week? That's what
It
you're
should
saying?
be completed when they get their quota for that building slab. I can't control their job. I'm not in a contract, that kind of the business. I can only supply the material. And I have taken other people on to move stuff so I can. And plus, we hired equipment to build this geo wall and do all this restoration for Rutgers and everything Dr. Miller wanted to see and do, and what the Campos needed on the one line. So we've been doing that kind of work still. We just haven't had the income to really support it.
Any
So-
other questions?
When's the earliest you could start to fix the road?
I want to start the road, in honesty, June, July next year, when we're finished. When we're really finished, when I can come in here and say, hey, look, this is it. And now, you know, we know what the park wants, we get an entrance for the park in there, whatever it is, you know, we've graded everything, spring is here, we're growing what we're supposed to grow, and say, okay, now we've limited the truck traffic, let's do it, and let's do a good road. When I did the last road, did I not think that was it? I was gonna mine no more, and we'd overlaid it?
Please stop saying you overlaid the whole road for $13,000. There's no way.
We did.
You patched major patches, that's all.
No, we
Okay,
overlaid.
but wait,
We did a
the
level
question
of course.
from the
did
question
a
from
level of course.
committee
Level
member,
of course.
designer was, when can you, not when do you wish to? So when can you do it if, because that was a condition set forth, I mean, when can you, when's the earliest, I think is what his question was, right?
Spring.
Okay.
I would.
I understand what your preference is, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that his
I would
question was
say-
just when can you, because it was a condition of the approval.
I wouldn't advise doing that road now.
Take the
Through
cash
the winter.
bond and pave the road.
Yeah. Put it out for bid if you want. Take the cash bond that you have with Brunswick Bank and Trust or whatever that it's called now.
It's a letter of credit, really, right?
You-
No.
No, you have a
I
cash bond.
And the other one's a CD.
I thought,
thought
two
Provident-
letters of credit, I thought, and.
I thought there's a letter of credit with
and then
Provident
there's
Bank,
some
unless it's
deposits
changed.
worth of maybe about 10,000.
No, there's almost 50,000 in Brunswick Bank and Trust. That's a cash bond. That's your second one. And the other one is
Yeah, it
with
was
Provident, and that's
47,
also a
but
CD.
I thought it
That's
was a
cash
letter of
bond.
credit. I don't have it.
I
There
thought it
should be a
was
letter of credit per the code, and there was one with Provident Bank dating back to
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
That was an evergreen that continues to
That-
renew.
That's it.
That one's still in
And it was
effect,
in a
right?
CD, so I
Okay.
can't say, look, give me some of that money.
Well, yeah, you might have it in a CD with them, but they're giving us a letter of credit.
Right.
Okay.
So,
And Brunswick Bank and Trust has their money in their
but that was
account.
also supposed to be for remediation at the end of the.
That's part of it.
That's it, for the road, is in that money.
Okay, but just in answering his question, if you could do it in the spring, is what you're saying,
I wouldn't do it now.
right?
You know, being in this business a long time, and we built built Route 33, I've built it
Okay.
out many times, and a few of these other roads here, but the thing is, there's something wrong with that subbase, there's something wrong with that road for us to be doing this, and it keeps on coming apart. Where our section, we haven't touched or to put the water line in, nothing's wrong with it, and that's been down for years.
Matt, what is she referring to when she's saying the
The
foundation?
portion of, yeah, that road was built, I don't know how many years ago, it just didn't have a good base.
So,
That's why every 10 years it falls apart. But again, because we also have trucks going over it. If it was average car driving back and forth, it'd be no problem.
So what's
you're
the
saying
current
that-
condition, right? Because you need to know
Right.
that. What's the current condition?
when was last
The
time you?
patches are
It's
holding
fine,
up.
it's all asphalt, there's no dirt exposed or anything, you know, they did have a couple of patches here or there, so.
Is it bad enough where when you're driving and you don't notice, you could damage your car?
You just feel like a bunch of bumps. Bump, bump, bump.
Okay. All right, any other
There's no
questions?
potholes, everything's
Did you,
patched.
I think I read, do you actually have a proposal from a contractor to do the road?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Miko.
what'd you say?
You have a proposal
Yeah,
from, and
we do.
what was the,
Miko,
Price.
77,000.
how much?
77,000.
So the cash
That's,
bond, even if it was 50, wouldn't cover it.
No, they have,
That would cover the cost of the material. You got labor involved, you got milling, you got manholes that have to be raised.
And if we do it, it's gonna cost more, because we have to do public bidding.
Yes, prevailing wage.
You have to pay your engineer, put plans together.
prevailing wage.
Prevailing wage adds 15-20%.
That's it?
Sure, maybe you wanna,
We're gonna hand it to.
What is that? That's the.
That's the Miko.
Maybe email it to Kevin.
I have another bid too, the guy wanted 130,000.
Oh.
Just because we didn't want to do the
So-
job.
So what happens if there are further delays between now and spring? What do we do?
Further delays with what, the jobs?
Yes. That you can't control.
The only one I can't control is the big one, which is Bob's.
Right, no, but I'm saying, what happens if there's additional delays between now and spring? And now, you know, we listen to the residents, they say, and I'm not speaking on your behalf, this is all hypothetical. And they say, you know what, okay, give it till spring. Now, spring comes, and you had delays in your giving out the materials to get paid for the materials, and you come back in April and say, I don't have the money because we didn't sell the product.
Well, but you have the money. You have the
No,
money.
no, no, you don't have the money to do
I
it.
understand that.
Without touching the bonds or the credit. I'm not talking about that.
But in the bond money, there's an allocation for the road. That's all I'm saying, is that if this is gonna be the final time I have to pave,
Well-
then why don't we take it out of there?
Well, that's my concern. I don't know if it's gonna be the final time, because if you're gonna do another, 500 loads, 200 for the next couple of weeks, and then you got the big job coming, and that comes back online, you could have, 500-600 truckloads going back and forth that could damage the road.
Exactly, now
So-
it would, yeah.
Right, so, taking out the bond and fixing the road, I don't like a Band-Aid, I like a solution.
Exactly, that's what I
So,
said too.
so, we need to look at this and take a step back and understand, both your side and the resident side. So my concern is that if we do take the money out of your bond and we pave it, you're still gonna be responsible when you shut down and there's no more trucks coming down. If the road is in disrepair, it's gonna require resurfacing again.
That's why I'm asking you to wait till we finish in June.
I heard you loud and clear, but I still have to consider the residents.
I understand that, but so did we consider the residents, because we've already patched it, and it's, before we came to the meeting, we did that day. You went out there and saw it, right?
Yeah, that
It was done, and it's in still good shape. It's not a perfect job, but it's getting the trucks by and the cars by and everything else, and it's not deterring his neighbor from not visiting him because he thinks it's in the, slums or whatever.
Well, you may or may not be depleting the balance of the bond before the mine is closed. So that's another consideration that you have to take into account. And it's not always easy to sometimes just draw, because sometimes the bond company will argue that you know,
There's no
doing that,
bond.
but.
No bond company.
But well, there's a cash bond, you said,
It's a
right?
cash bond,
And then there's a
yeah.
letter of credit.
And it's our
Okay.
property, so it's not like, you know, if you improve it, you're improving it for me.
Right, but I'm
You
just
know,
saying that
it's
that
my
money
property.
will be released, and now you don't have anything in there to draw on again for anything else.
Yeah, I believe there's two.
And I don't know the
That-
amounts,
that-
I don't know
that- that-
what's
One
the
was
thing.
91
And the other one's
change, and the other was
47.
47 and change.
So it's 137, 38,000 or something.
And I don't know if that would cover it
Yeah,
either.
They printed it.
Could someone refresh my mind as to why we came up with the November 15th date? If we knew the mine was
Because the
still
weather was
active?
gonna start changing.
Yeah, no, we gave them a 4-month extension, or a 4-month, you know, extension to pave the road by November 16th, and we asked them to come in to give us an update. So
Oh,
this
that
way.
part I get, but if the mine was, did we know that the mine was still active
Oh, yeah.
up until that point?
No,
Yeah.
they thought they were gonna
They
be
thought-
finished by then.
Right, no, they thought they were gonna process their jobs and sell the dirt, so this way they would have the money to pave the road. That hasn't happened yet.
So it's a cash flow issue.
It's a cash flow check, correct.
Excuse me, at that meeting too, I also voiced that I thought it was a poor time to be doing it and that we should wait till the end. I think it was a Band-Aid, and it's,
Well, what happens if we don't sell any more dirt till April?
That's what I asked before.
Yeah, are we going back to square one again?
if I don't sell any more dirt, then I'm doing what I'm doing now, I'm restoring the pit for a park.
But
Okay.
are we gonna pave the road even though we didn't sell anything, or are we gonna skip paving?
We have the money in the bond, it's our money, so once the.
So you're telling
property-
us, if you don't do it, we'll take the money from your bond to pave the road? That's
We're
what you're
gonna-
saying?
I've never not done something. If I say I'm gonna do it, I do it, and you know it. I put that basin in, even though I knew it wasn't going anywhere. I've taken the slopes down, I've done everything that has been asked of me. Now, if you say, did you, so if I say I'm gonna pave the road at the end of my job, I'm gonna do that, because it's my property too. I have a vested interest in it.
I
How
understand.
many,
Not only do I wanna make
how
a park, but I wanna
many-
make it towards, dedicated to my father.
your contracts, 2, 3, whatever you have, how many cubic yard we talking?
Few 100,000? A
Few hundred?
Huh?
200, 100, 300?
Maybe 300,000 or 400,000, enough to make that
So
pit
that's,
look
that's a
good.
lot of load. So to be honest with you, I was hoping we had done a bunch of those by now, so one would be much left so we could pave it. But if there's that much dirt is to be taken out, I kind of think we should wait.
Until when?
But that's the
April,
variable.
May,
Yeah.
but depending how they work during this winter, I don't know. But
The
it'll be
variable-
definitely before end of June,
Right, but the variable is, we don't know if there are gonna be additional delays.
but we don't know yet.
That's my concern for the residents. All right, thank you. Thank you.
So if there's a additional delay, you mean I can go past June? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, no,
Or
it-
is June is it? So that's as long as it can go to.
Yeah, I think what we're saying is end of June, it is, they're not coming back for any more extension, right?
We're trying not to, correct?
Trying not to.
Wait, wait,
Well,
so
let's put it this way.
I'm a little confused. The big job from West Windsor, when that commences, and they come picking up the load, they're gonna be done prior to June of 2025.
They should be, or else
Right.
I will have enough to do the road and say, goodbye, gentlemen, I want to retire.
No, my question
I'm dead
is,
serious about, I'm not joking about that.
No, no, I
really am
believe
gonna
you.
say that to these guys.
I-
I've been pulled out of Florida so many times for these jobs, and then it's hurry up and wait, and I'm stuck up here in the cold. You know, I really, really want to enjoy a new granddaughter I have, and I already lost a son. I don't want anything more tragic happen in my life. I want to really be done.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I really am. My question is, if there are any other delays, and it takes you past June, the contract just stops, you don't give them any dirt, you shut the mine down, you remediate it, you're finished? That's what you're saying?
That's what I'm planning on doing, yes. I'm
Even
planning
if-
on tailoring, slowing these people down when it gets to the end and saying, okay, no more, I'm not taking any more jobs on. If you got something that's quick and fast, yes.
No, that's not what I'm
But-
saying. The big job that you need to start giving, once they give you the go-ahead to pick up the additional dirt, if there are delays to that job that you've already taken a deposit to, and those delays go past June, are you obligated to provide the dirt to them when they need it sometime in 2025 past June?
No, because I'm gonna give them their money back.
Okay,
I am real serious about, I don't wanna do this anymore.
okay. Now,
You know, I don't know how,
I was
but I
just
wanna do
confused.
it right, too.
I was confused about the job that you're obligated to fulfill once they start asking you, we need the dirt now, the job commences, now you have to do it. And if that's after June, now that's gonna delay you another 3, 4, 5 months until that job is done. Now it's a year. So that's, I just wanna get a good understanding of,
This is my
What you-
outlook, and I hate that it's going public, but this is my outlook on it. He has a deposit of, we have to honor that deposit at least, okay? When we go past that, I'm gonna say either yes or no to any smaller quantities. I'm not committing to a big thing like I committed this time, because this was 2 years ago. And I thought, okay, yeah, we can handle that, we got enough material, and not a problem. But now that we're coming down to the end, and I really mean the end for us, I mean, it's, I don't know how much I can explain, I really want to stop.
we got.
And I'm not, all I have to do is get out of this deposit bit that we have.
Are you close to it? I don't know
No,
numbers.
because he hasn't really started.
Okay.
He took 121 loads, what's that, out of a couple 100,000, you know?
All right. Any other questions?
So hypothetically, if somehow this project gets delayed beyond June, you're gonna return this deposit?
Yeah, I am gonna, because I've taken on the Reagan job in order to make the money put aside, not only for the road, but to give this man his money back. Because he's changed his material a couple times. To me, you're not in an original contract with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he might be bigger and more money in his pocket for lawyers and stuff like that, but I'm gonna do the best I can to say that's it in June.
And if by the end of June you haven't paved this, we could take your money and pave it ourselves?
That's what the gentleman
That's
said.
what we do.
That's what he said.
Yeah, but
Is
is
there
there
enough money?
to cover it?
Is there enough to cover it?
Between
But
two of
between
them,
the
yeah,
two,
there's
they
two of
should,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, more than that.
So-
I think I gave you
I don't know if
something
it's
that's
enough.
back to me, right?
Ask her for.
What, you want us back?
Yeah.
Of what?
That's what I,
When
that's
did
my
they
contract.
give
So
you
the way I-
When was the date of
And if
this?
they don't,
This is
Go for it.
today, I went by
Yeah,
him.
today?
No, listen, you know that we talked to him
Yeah.
when we did it, that's his price, so I said, I need you to write me something, why you can't do
It
it.
says he's mailing. Maurice said he was not gonna mail.
No, he's not supposed to mail, so
That's what it says.
so we're taking it off.
That's
But
what
we
it's,
really should look at what's underneath.
I'm just telling you what it wrote in there.
So one last question. So the way I see, you said it's about 400,000 cubic yards.
Yeah.
So the way I
100, 200,
calculate-
300, that's what she said, yeah.
So that would be about 24,000 truckloads?
It's a lot of loads, more than that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I calculate it.
100,000 is
600,000 tons, 25 tons a truck,
20 tons of truck,
You know, I'm sorry.
25 tons a truck.
well, no, wait,
Yeah,
you're not talking amongst
You'll
each
get
other, we're in a
public-
public
you'll-
meeting.
You'll be able to come
Thank
up.
you very much.
We're not talking amongst each other.
All right. We're gonna open it up to the public. You'll get your chance to speak.
Thank you.
Did this portion of the meeting, because all business is completed, now it's the comments from the dais. After the comments from the dais, we're gonna open up to the public. That's when you could come up and speak, okay? All right. Comments from the dais, does anybody have anything to say? Eric? Just
I don't-
comments, open comments.
Just regular comments, not related to this particular
No.
topic? No, I don't think I have a comment.
Jeff? Okay. I have two comments. I want to extend our sympathy and And heartfelt condolences to the Frost family. Barry Frost, who lived in Millstone, age 78, passed away on Tuesday, October 29th. Barry was born in Brooklyn and has left behind Penny, his beautiful wife. So our condolences go out to the Frost family. Also, on November 11th at 11 o'clock, there's going to be Veterans Day. So please come out and support our veterans and show them the solidarity that we need to show them and keep our country free. Thank you for everything that they do and all their sacrifices. And Veterans Day is to all veterans, you know, retired, living, and otherwise. So thank you for that.
I got it.
So that's November 11th at 11.
Yep.
11/11/11, yes.
Yeah, I have just a couple of things. It was, since the beginning of the school year, there's been 8 violations issued for people driving past stop school buses, which I think is just ludicrous of how would you would do it. And for Millstone, have 8 different ones. So the troopers are definitely trying to enforce it. There's cameras on the buses, so people get caught, they get their violations. It's, I think, 5 points on your license, minimum $500 fine. So the idea of somebody getting hurt or killed or something like that for being careless is just crazy that this is going on still. So the other thing is the New Jersey DEP has a statewide fire restrictions. We had a couple acres that were burned by 537 last night. There's currently a fire down in Jackson that our guys have been down there helping as well. It's expected to have at least 300 acres burned before it's said and done. They had some 20-something buildings that were in danger, but they got there and they set up backfires and they plowed and everything else. So the buildings right now, there's no danger at this point. The winds have slowed down tonight, so, but Millstone guys have been going down helping them. So everybody be careful. We've actually had residents having open burns within the last week in their backyard. Not in a pit, actual open burns with this stuff going on. So everybody's got to be careful. Cigarette smokes, everything, you know, everything is so dry, you never know what's going to happen. So
There's a statewide ban on that.
correct, and people still doing it. So be careful.
Just to add to Kevin, we have 0 tolerance when it comes to passing school buses when they're stopped and have the red lights on, and we will fully be committed to supporting and enforcing and issuing summonses through the New Jersey State Police and tracking down anybody who does that. So I'm giving everybody a warning. When you see those red lights on a school bus, you stop, you wait until that bus, their lights go off and they proceed in a safe manner. And don't pass that bus. You will get caught. We'll run your plate. You're going to get that summons and you're going to go to court. And we will ask the judge and the prosecutors to the fullest extent of the law. So please, heed my concern, heed my warnings, and do not pass the school buses for everybody's safety. Thank you. Okay, at this point, I'd like to open it up to the public at,
8:54.
okay. You can come up. Please state your name and your address.
My name is Bob Lamb, and I live at 14 Holdman Place.
Bob, what's your last name on?
Lamb, L-A-M-M,
L-A-M, and 14,
Holdman.
okay.
Holdman, which is the road proximal to Stevenson.
Okay.
At any rate, I was at the last meeting where Buck Mining business was discussed, and we set that date of November 15th as the drop dead date for Pine Hill, the area between Pine Hill and Millstone Road to be paved. And maybe in the meantime, I've been living in the upside down world because I came here tonight, I hear all of the same folly-wall that I heard before, this run around and double talk. And, I really, wonder, I mean, to me, November 15th, if you're planning on having asphalt put down on your driveway, you'd have a hard time talking the guy into committing to doing it on November 15th or by November 15th, if it's a few weeks before, because most times you can't move asphalt or pour it or compress it, that late in the year. It all depends on the weather. So you were going out on a limb to do that. Number two, I heard at that meeting, unless I'm hallucinating, I heard Mayor Farrow say that he took the drive. He drove up Pine Hill Road, and he considered it to be in deplorable condition. Now, tonight, I'm looking around and wondering, why, the mayor made a very, very clear point, that the road is all broken up and
So-
is in lousy condition.
So,
Now, we have a house on our cul-de-sac, really, if you want to call it that, that's for sale. And, just to illustrate, when you want to talk about hardships, I feel very, I was speaking with the people and they said, it's a beautiful house and they keep it very well. But they said, if a realtor ever gives a ride to a potential buyer and they have any fillings left in their teeth after they go over Pine Hill Road, when they arrive at the house, their decision is probably going to be unfavorably affected by the fact that they've got to ride over a washboard surface to get to it. And, they don't know what to make of it. They're not as familiar with the intricacies of what's going on, let's say, here tonight. But what they are going to look at is, the township really, has been ignoring something that a feeder road to the development. I don't want to buy this house, and I certainly wouldn't pay this kind of money for it, because the township has basically been in the business of ignoring, the well-being of a very, very nice development. I've lived here 25 years, and the road, Pine Hill Road, between my street and Millstone Road, is in the worst condition I've ever seen it. And so, again, we talked about this before. I might as well have just played a tape recorder to hear about the buck mining, the whole soap opera. And, we're in no different a place than we were. There was a commitment made in order to continue the license of November 15, and it's obvious that we're nowhere near satisfying that commitment. And yet, so when you've got the mayor saying, I've ridden the road, I know what it's like, it's not good. In fact, it was a shock to me to see it in such poor condition.
Let me update that. When I had gone down the road, it was prior to them contracting a company to go out and do the potholes and preliminary improvements.
I understand.
They
okay.
did that after I drove down the road. So
Well,
I did say that,
I
and I
drive it
stick to
every
that.
day.
No,
and-
I understand, but.
And it's not, it's not, I'm not an engineer, but I know what I feel on my butt when I go down that road in my car. And maybe it was improved, maybe the potholes were filled or whatever, but it really, to me, again, to someone, let's say, selling their house, it looks, for all intents and purposes, like a neglected road, a road that the township doesn't care about. And I feel sorry, I don't intend to move anytime soon, much to the chagrin of some of my neighbors, but at any rate, I've been here for 25 years, and, I've really not seen a township, when you drive through an Alapan, stuff like that, everything is in apple pie order. This really is, to me, I feel sorry for anyone who plans to or is currently putting their house on the market and has to have people coming to see the house riding over that washboard condition. With all due respect to what you said, Mayor, about some of the ameliorations that have been performed, it still looks to me and feels to me like a neglected road that the township doesn't care about.
Let me pause you for a second. Matt, is there anything that we could do now preliminarily just to maybe fix these issues?
the only
Not resurface and mill the whole road, because that would not be conducive right now, but
There
can
may be just a couple of patches, but you adding more patches, just more bumps, that's what's gonna happen, so.
I agree. That's exactly right. You know, I've seen the large,
But the problem here, is, we still got a couple 100,000 worth of, material has to leave, but you're talking 10 to 20,000 truckloads.
so that road is gonna
And
revert
if
to
you pave it,
the way it was before.
Yeah, if you do it
Before-
now and you run all the loads, it's gonna be exactly the way it is
we
in
were
3 or 4 months
hoping
from
that
now, so that's
some of that,
kind of the
that would have been gone by now, but it hasn't.
But whatever happened to the commitment?
But
that the
right now, what
township
we're looking at
extracted?
is maxed out by the end of June, no matter what. Either they
Yeah.
pave it, or we take their money and we pave it. That's the way I see it, right?
Well,
I don't know.
their
Yeah.
permit expires in June of
And
20.
that's the deadline to get it paved, or we take the money and we pave it.
Yes.
Which the fact that there's so many truckloads still gotta go through there, that's where we're at.
Anthony Lombardino, 14 Holdman Place. I have a few things here. First of all, I don't understand why this committee doesn't see that there's a problem with credibility here. Okay, this Buck Mining people have been up at this microphone. This has been put off for years. This isn't just since July. July was the last gasp, really, because you'd heard enough. They were late with their taxes. They can't make payroll. There's always something up here, okay? And all due respect, but this is what I've heard, not just by myself, but also talking to some of the people that know the history here. So first of all, there's a credibility issue, and you're still willing to say, oh, yes, well, they're going to stop by April. Okay, we can hear that. In April, they're going to be right here saying, oh, well, we have a problem with the contract, we can't do it, okay? So I don't have any faith here that what they're saying tonight is actually going to come through. Now you're talking about April. They're still going to be running trucks over that road. Yes, they put some patches in. It's still a very bumpy, uncomfortable road and somewhat unsafe because it's a narrow road and you have to pass other cars, all right? And you can't really control that car all the time. It's going to be snowing, there's ice, there's salt, okay? Those patches are not going to hold till spring. There's going to be potholes up the wazoo by December or January, okay? So we're ignoring that fact that things, oh, they look very nice now, but what are they going to look like in a month or 2 months in the winter when I have to travel that road in icy conditions, okay? Now, if you want my opinion, and I'm sure you don't, by the way, Kevin, I emailed you a few days ago, and I asked you specifically what's going on with paving of Pine Hill Road, and I got an answer, and the answer was it will be paved either way, okay? And now what I'm hearing tonight is it's not going to be paved either way. November 15th, this town, we got a commitment here.
We haven't made any decisions for you to say that.
Okay.
So after tonight's meeting, we are going to discuss it, we are going to come up with a decision, and we will let Buck Mine know what's going on.
All right. With all due respect, it's just what I'm hearing now is a lot of sympathy, and that bothers me, okay? Because I don't think that's in favor of what we're asking for.
No, if you remember what I said before, we're sympathetic to their cause, and we're empathetic to your cause.
I understand.
That doesn't mean that we've made any decision, good
Okay.
or bad, or indifferent to any party here that's speaking.
Fair enough, fair enough. Understood, okay. And I guess, if I had to make a suggestion, quite honestly, pave the road using their bond money, don't extend, and you won't have any trucks going down that road. The road will be paved, okay? So if they stop doing business as of today, and that may not be acceptable to you, but the reality is, if you want to stop wear and tear on that road, stop Buck Mining.
Anybody else? Your name and your address, please.
Ryan Walker, 11 Pine Hill Road, Millstone Township. I'm happy I came up here tonight. I didn't even know this was happening. I grew up here on this road, so that's 35 years now. If you would have brought me in here maybe like 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago, I would have been yelling at you. But as of right now, I personally, I'm sorry, but I do not see the road as a huge issue when the overlying issue is making sure that that sand pit turns into that park. And I just think making that transition as easy as possible should be the township's top concern. And I think she sounds genuine with what she wants to do with it. And I just would like you guys to make that your top concern as well.
Well, I could tell you tomorrow I will drive down Pine Hill myself in my car. I will assess it. I will speak to my colleagues on this administration, and we will discuss it, and we will come up with a decision.
Sounds like a
So
plan.
unless I do that, I can't make a decision.
No, I hear you.
Is the plan to have them come back?
It's just
after
when,
the-
during the discussion before, I hear, you know, like there was a brief exchange about the one pit and not the other, build a house on it. I just, you know, I'm not well versed in what could happen, but even if you put like a direct halt to Buck Mine before then there's still, I imagine, other things that could happen to that property besides it becoming a park. I just would hope that we don't jeopardize that. For 6 months of a paved road, that road was like a dirt road for years. You know, like I would have to drive around it on my ATV. And, you know, I probably have spent, I hope trespassing has a limit, but I probably spent more time in your pit than you have. So over the years, so that place is it's a really special place, and I think it's making sure that park happens will be really special for Millstone.
There's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that have to come together to make that happen. And we're all striving for that.
Yeah.
The township is behind it, the county's behind it, Rutgers is behind it, both families are behind it, so hopefully that will come to fruition. That's my hope.
I hope so. I wouldn't want a few months of a paved road to.
Well, one thing doesn't negate the other. You know,
Oh, I know, but you know, keep it smooth.
Well, we still got to keep our residents happy.
And I'm there, and I grew up on that road and lived there for 35 years, and I know probably 20 people that live on the road. I mean, I haven't spoken with them directly about it, but in all the years that I lived there, it's been a hot topic of conversation, but not as of late.
Well, maybe you can do a survey and get back to our administrator and let him know.
I will do that.
Very good, thank you, Ryan. You come in.
I was interested in hearing that, and I think that's an important consideration.
You just got to
But
give
I
your
just-
name again, if you have it right.
Anthony.
I'm sorry, Anthony Lombardino, 14 Holdman. I just don't see why it has to be an either or, okay? The reality is that for a long time, there was no residential development there. And so, yes, maybe Pine Hill at that time was just not that important, but the fact is, as was brought out tonight, there are a lot of expensive homes there with very high taxes. And I don't see why we have to be sacrificed for the fact that Buck Mining still has to stay in business for a while. Reality is, it's my understanding that even if Buck Mining doesn't empty out all the soil that they're talking about, that doesn't preclude it being a park. I would love to see that be a park, so I don't disagree. But I just think that there have to be considerations for both.
And believe me, we are taking all the considerations on both sides.
Thank you.
We are, we really are. So, okay, with that said, I'd like to close the public portion.
Are you requiring them to come back to the next meeting?
Next meeting's gonna be December 4th. Yeah, let's, like I stated before, I'm gonna drive down Pine Hill tomorrow, and,
Suggest you not do it tomorrow.
okay, maybe
A lot of-
Friday.
A lot of trucks right now.
Okay,
Gonna
maybe-
come out,
I'll
maybe
get-
over the weekend.
over the weekend, and I will call my peers, on the committee, let them know what I found, and if they would like to, also physically drive down that road and see it for themselves, that would be great too. We'll discuss it as a committee. We'll come up with a game plan, and we'll let Kevin know, what our decision is. I'd like you to come back December 6th.
4th.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
The next township meeting is December 4th.
December 4th. There's no second meeting in November. So the next township meeting is going to be December 4th. I'd like you to come back, and prior to that, we'll give you our findings, and then make it public so everybody can be in on what's going on. Okay?
Okay.
So at this time, we make no promises. We're not saying anything, that you're, off the hook for not paving it or on the hook for paving it. Let us do a due diligence. We'll discuss it. We'll make a decision, and we'll let you know what that is. Okay?
Okay.
And if there's any, pursuant to township code, if there's any inkling of revocation or suspension, you would get written notice per the code, so, before.
Beforehand.
What was that?
Okay?
Pursuant to the resolution on township code, if there is going to be a potential revoking of the license or suspension, you will get notice from the clerk before,
Okay, can I
written,
say
in
something?
writing.
Can I say something?
That's up to you.
If this permit gets revoked,
Hold
and there's
on.
no money to build a park,
Okay,
Then-
state your name.
I'm just telling
Leslie
you that,
Buck.
yeah, what the code
Leslie
requirements
Stone,
are.
if this permit gets revoked, because what this gentleman did, he attacked my credibility. First of all, he shouldn't do that, because he's only got part information. When he's talking about, I didn't have payroll, I didn't have all this stuff. That was a meeting many years ago when we were shut down building the basin, and I came before you and asked you to let us open up, because it was just my husband and myself digging that basin, and we needed the income to do it. But the thing is, we've been here since the 60s, and we've built a lot of roads in Millstone, we've cooperated a lot in Millstone, we've done a lot of extra things for people in Millstone. Even our pit, our pit is well maintained, and we try to take care of these kids.
We understand that. The board attorney did not make any decisions. He's just telling you if a decision is made and it involves noticing you, he's just telling you what the procedure is.
I just didn't
That's
want you to
all.
be
Okay,
surprised.
but I
I'm
need
not,
to-
I'm
I
not
need to say
suggesting
that, 'cause
anything.
right now I'm a
Right,
little bit
right.
upset, okay?
No, I understand.
And if you say that you're gonna revoke this permit, when I said to you, I only need till June, and you wanna put us out of business,
Nobody said that.
I'm not suggesting that. I just wanted you to be aware per the code and per the resolution that you do get notice because you get an opportunity to be heard. That's all, if that was a consideration. I'm not suggesting anything one way or the other. I don't make the decisions.
our bond is much bigger than somebody else's that's mining in this place, and it's not fair that we've gotta put up a big bond, and somebody else didn't. But the thing is, I don't wanna look, I'm getting upset. Let me just say good night, thank you for your time, but I would really think about doing in my permit.
December 4th.
Yeah, that's it. If you could put it on your calendar for December 4th.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, thank you.
Anthony Lamordino, 14 Holdman Place. I want to apologize to you if I insulted you. I didn't mean to, but,
Well, you did, and we can have this discussion outside, so let's not put it on a record, okay?
okay.
Because I'll explain stuff to you outside
Okay.
that you brought up, that
All
maybe
right.
you
I
don't
just
know.
I do want it on the record that emotions are running high, and it was not meant personally, okay? If I did insult you, I apologize.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for everybody's input. Let's leave on a good note.
Okay, we do still, we're in,
No,
and close.
I understand. And let's bring it back down and just be happy with everybody. We live in a beautiful town. We'll come up hopefully with an amiable solution to this. Again, we have made no decisions. We will come up with a plan, and we will inform everybody of that plan, okay? So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your input. I'd like to close the public portion now at,
9:15.
thank you,
You can't.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
thank you. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Time out?
9:15.
Okay.